Only one team in DFN history has managed to take a map off a Hydra Nation, and they did it twice. Now, Melee Creeps, not in DFN, have been able to do it in other events, but this is the first time they're meeting up against the Hydras in Deadlock Fight Night. Could they be the first team to legitimately take down the Hydras? Well, let's find out. We're seeing teams try a number of different bans against Hydra Nation, and let's be honest, they never really seem to work. With the loss of Quig, the Hydras picked up Lord NM into the support role. As we have seen before, he brings a decent hero pool to the team. Shout out to Saya, who is clearly following the plan set by MC of not letting Hydration get free farm in a lane, as he continually keeps him in check. As we hit the 11-minute mark at Even Stevens, Cool Cheese gets caught as Axe comes in to save him, and MC turn the fight around.
Damage though from the skies, a power slash connecting on towards the retreating Holiday as Cool Cheese gets away just with their life intact, and Axe is always harassing, always coming in to disarm, then burrow away, keeping Hydra Nation interested in what's going on over here. There's the paradoxical swap by the looks of things. The emergence there though came out from Axe. They are a little bit low and they don't have ultimate available, so they're just trying to get the heck out. Here's our charge to one abilities. Axe takes a big hit. The Q comes in and try and keep them alive. Puddle punch to knock Vegas off kilter just a little bit. The Hydra Nation don't want to fully commit under this tower. Here come Melee Creeps yet again. Some salvos from the sky, but Flick ends up dropping. Cool Cheese finds that elimination, and now Lord NM is in trouble.
I think AVG would do a good Owen Wilson in the next behind enemy lines, as he is stuck after taking the Walker. Yet he doesn't go out the fight without managing to take one with him.
Swapped out and right into the shot, the power shot out of Geist.
The soul exchange though was huge. Geist back up to 14k health. That was Vegas that had their health swapped, but the frost grenade is pretty darn clutch there. AVG still able to find Vegas. Yep, that's
and died
pretty
over
gross.
time. The Cheese Man himself tries to open up the fight, lassoing Vegas in, but it just leads to his demise as well as his teammates. This turns into a mid-boss for the Hydras.
Looking like a real threat up close. Okay, here's the lasso. Catching out the Grey Talon. Lomain brought down to earth, but here's the paradoxical swap now being deployed by Flick. And in comes Lord NM. Frozen Shelter is going to catch the Holiday. That was probably a little bit of overkill. Kill secured, folks. Yep, they got the Holiday. Make no mistake. And now there's more fighting to be done here because over towards the mid-boss direction, excuse me, we have 3 Melee Creeps players grouped up, and they, Hydra Nation that is, are on the hunt. Arctic being here for Axe, and there is no way that this guy's gonna be able to walk away. They have to try and warp zone out of the fight, but Axe is so low here, and hot on their heels is Flick.
I don't expect them to fully commit to this necessarily, but they're going to be going for here. The Rejuvenator is going to be dropping, and Melee Creeps, they have to go in. They're not going to let this one go for free.
Here's the swap. Shadow transformation from Lefery standing over the Rejuvenator itself. The concussive combustion gets popped, and DMB's able to take Saya down. Flick does fall with the Rejuve. Went over to Hydra Nation. They have the player advantage. Melee Creeps down to 2 for a moment. Axe was never even there. They're spawning back in a little bit later now. It's just Poshy Pop and Axe left on the map, and DMB has done his job well and truly.
And off that mid-boss, Hydra Nation only really got an earned turn-in. But we're back now for round 2.
Up, of course, a little bit of pressure being put down. The Shadow transformation from Lefer, of course, has to be used. Final stand also active, and an easy rejuve take, along with Cool Cheese being eliminated. Now it's a matter of Melee Creeps not getting completely wiped off the map in exchange for this. Vegas goes down, but that's not the biggest issue, as the Grey Talon is not exactly the centerpiece of this composition. Tornado away here for Poshy Pop. They've overstayed their welcome, in DMB they'll be starting to get a little bit low. There's an opening here for Melee Creeps to get a little bit more aggressive, but straight into the face of Poshy Pop now is the rest of Hydra Nation getting. Axe has gone down, so their lockdown potential is now taken off the table, and Lefer is still on the hunt.
Being cautious the whole game nets the Hydras a 30k soul lead 31 minutes into the game. Melee Creeps realize that they have to do something or the match will be too far gone.
Out of hubris or delusion, no one really knows. Still, they're going to have to pull off of it eventually now as DMB went for that concussive combustion, and Poshy Pop finds himself on the back foot here, literally and figuratively. Just trending back here in this lane number 3 as Hydra Nation start to close the vice grip around their jugular. Binding Word looks like it managed to catch a target here, and Lefer goes very, very deep. Lomain is being pursued to the ends of the earth, apparently, as DMB has got his jaws in, and he won't be letting go. Melee Creeps to the ragdoll, and Hydra Nation on the angry pitbull.
After a delayed rejuve take from Flick to make sure they get as much time as possible with this Rejuvenator, Hydra Nation's push into the base after Melee Creeps respawn to close out the first match.
Here's a Shadow transformation. They thought Lefer was caught in there with them, but it's quite the opposite. He, though, will make a quick exit over towards the fight here in lane number 2. It was Saya going down first. That was the Calico, who really wasn't able to be very impactful outside the first 10 minutes, and a refresher into yet another Shadow transformation means that Lefer can go all day. Viscous is down. AVG is going to collapse under the sheer weight of shurikens being lodged in their flesh, and this weakened patron will now meet their maker as Hydra Nation. A pretty stately start to this game, but once again, and as always, They finish in style, taking away our first map of this best of 3 in our $1,000 money match.
After winning match 1, Hydra Nation don't change too much up, keeping 4 out of their 6 heroes. Melee Creeps, however, were able to steal away the Paradox and show off a sick new skin of Abrams. As Hydra Nation go for the dive, a frozen shelter separates DMB from certain death, allowing them to turn it around and kill off 2 players.
Front use there, but nobody close enough to low main to be effective. And here comes a flame dash. DMB goes in. Oh, my goodness, that is aggressive. Telekinesis, though, interrupts that ultimate. No stun off the back of that. Frozen shelter going to be used here by Lord NM. And excuse me, and it might have just saved DMB's life at that. Frost grenade with the healing, still tanking that Guardian damage, by the way.
The synergy is strong between Cool Cheese and Low Main as a swap charge comes out not only here, but quite a few times in the match.
To reverse how this game's been going. I mean, that's a great little swap and charge in. That's at least one little step you need.
Melee Creeps decide to not contest the first earn turn-in of the game. And as we hit the 16-minute mark, Poshipop has been consistently farming away, leading the game at 18k souls. But that 18k wouldn't mean squat unless he starts getting involved in these fights.
Souls turned into actual like team fight winning capacity, but so far so good here for Melee Creeps. Ready to fight, of course, around the urn. Lasso going to be catching on, of course, here to the Abrams, taking them out of the fight, but still Hydration and Lord and M are both down. Urn picked up by Cool Cheese, surely to be turned in here. Flick is just trying to delay the inevitable by the looks of things, but Hydra Nation are falling to pieces over here by the Urn. Melee Creeps are going to get everything they could have asked for and change.
And with those 4 kills and the Urn, Melee Creeps turn their attention towards mid-boss.
But instead, they're going to be going for mid-boss here, and realistically, how can they contest this Leffa? I mean, it's the ultimate. You can't really go in. You can maybe chip away at damage. Hydration is going to be getting here with Last Stand, but this is going to be almost impossible for them to steal.
Yeah, no chance. You don't have the concussive combustion either, even though DMB somehow finds himself surrounded by all of them. Hydration able to get low main at the very least here. The Last Stand, of course, for the Warden is scary, but Hydration doesn't have a lot of backup, and Leffa spent that entire fight keeping a respectable distance away from Melee Creeps. Despite this, though, we're still going to see a fight. Hydra Nation still want to throw down here yet again. AVG, though, proving pretty tough to catch here, excuse me.
With this rejuve, Melee Creeps managed to take down the last 2 walkers of the game, giving them another flex slot and a 20k soul lead.
Walker will continue. Melee Creeps here, there's a feeling, Jason, that they would have to mess up pretty bad, I think, from here on out to lose the game, but we've seen it happen before. Leffa's found Cool Cheese, and Sire wants to get the heck out of there for the time being. 1 walker remains here for Hydra Nation, but they are starting to pick up a couple of kills around it.
Oh, AVG picked up the 1v1 against DMB on lane 4, which allowed them to get another walker. That's the final walker of the game, and another flex slot unlocked for Melee Creeps.
Melee Creeps look to further the lead with another great swap charge and Urn turn.
Going to be there. And this actually might be an overextension out of Hydra Nation. A great charge comes through as well, chiming in perfectly with Cool Cheese's paradoxical swap. And another kill goes their way, and this should be the Urn.
Melee Creeps really have that particular combo on lock. I don't know what Flick's intending to do here, as they can really only peer over the top of the buildings at Melee Creeps.
And with that Urn turn-in, Melee Creeps don't want to let the pressure go.
In terms of their domination of the cursed apple, there are no walkers left. I repeat, just these base objectives now to work on. By any word here on Poshipop, and he respects it. He backs right on up here outside of that area, but DMB has fallen. Sire has opened up these fights pretty consistently, and Hydration does not have the durability to deal with this onslaught. Frozen Shelter is purely going to be a stay of execution for Lord and M. They'll back away, but Sire will not be denied. In they dive. Flick ceases to exist, and the Shrines will follow suit.
Now sitting on an almost 40k lead, Melee Creeps catch out multiple players trying to get some farm. They go on to close out the match and take it to a match 3.
On Vegas, who once again has been targeted and punished. This great talent just lacking the survivability.
Time the charge doesn't quite connect, but Sire is still there getting rid of DMB, and Melee Creeps have decided after a tough first game that they will not bow down. They're not going to make it easy for Hydra Nation, folks, as they're going to take us to a 3rd and final map.
Somehow, Vindicta makes through the draft and into the hands of Vegas. And an unexpected pick from Hydration with the Dynamo catches everyone off guard. And well, Hydration continues to show off his hero pool depth and his awareness as a perfect singularity stops the Last Stand of Saya and nets the Hydra's 2 kills.
Before I say that as Poshipop actually pulls out of there, so we'll see. Fighting Word, though, catches Flick, even though Low Main got picked off. I like the Quantum Entanglement used.
After split pushing and getting a lane 1 walker and 2 kills elsewhere on the map, Hydra Nation go for the mid-boss. Melee Creeps respawn by grabbing the Urn and trying to turn it in before anyone stops them.
Those walkers look mighty juicy right about now. Nice little wall, though. That's a good catch. But Return of Shadows will get the Calico out of dodge.
There's a lot looking juicy because I don't think they're gonna get that Urn turn in for free either. That was like the one saving grace of losing mid bosses. You would get an Urn turn in, but Hydration's just in his face, knocking him up left and right. The Urn's still going to be down on the ground. They're still looking for
Bro!
Singularity again. Catches Saya off guard. The backup's going to be there, and that's another 2 kills added to the tally for Hydra Nation.
Just hate crimes that is legitimately...
Setting on a 21k lead at 18 minutes, each head of the Hydra continues to feast as they secure 4 more kills.
No one is escaping.
You were subtle about it at least, Mitch.
Yeah, Jake, bro. Jake usually is the one that keeps it $1.50, bro. But that's
I'm not even on cast, and I still can't believe what I heard. I'm just saying.
ZP picking his very strong jaw off the ground after that one. Here's the combo on Flick. That'll look great. Sorry, cool cheese.
That highlight reel continues to grow with a nice catch by Flick. The Hydras get 4 kills before taking the base.
Into the enemy and just punish them there. Okay, was that a knockdown thrown out? I saw the anvil. Yes. Flick ends up using a knockdown there. I guess it was on...
No, Flick doesn't have knockdown. I think it was just the barrel.
Oh, okay. I saw an anvil, so I wasn't sure. I was always a bit sussy about that one. Either way, Cube here for Flick gets him out of the way. Now he's starting to look towards his base at bosses. Credit to him, melee creeps with 2 players trying to push that lane 3, but I think Leffer might be enough to actually hold both of them at bay, and this ultimately will leave melee creeps pretty underhanded when it comes to defending their base. This should be a patron knock here. Oh, yep, Leffer is going to 1v2, I think, in that bottom lane. Poshy Pop's already dead. Axe has seen better days. They're trying to get back here. And there's your last flex slot unlocked for Hydra Nation. They've got plenty of souls to spend after this, as that patron is about to be thrown into the pit as well.
And that lead they kept building never stopped expanding as Hydra Nation bombards the base of melee creeps, locking in their 12th win here at the Deadlock Fight Night.
The improved reach, my god, as that kinetic blast is so long, and we are warp stoning out of the base here. Hydration taking a fair bit of damage, but now we're into the pit, and this patron is about to go down. Singularity on all of 1 target. Hydration happy enough with his impact over the course of the game to let that ultimate go for free. And there you have it, folks. For the 12th week in a row, Hydra Nation once more snatched away our $1,000 prize. Thanks to our friends at Intel.
Even with Hydra Nation getting another win here in DFN, we are seeing they're not as far as head of the pack as they once were. More and more teams in NA are starting to catch up, and that gives hopes to them finally being dethroned by a new team. Thanks again for watching the recap. Make sure you guys like and subscribe here to Locked In.